so low budget. Okay.
Welcome to Rocket City Momentum, where we capture the energy of Huntsville. Each week, we're diving into the coolest stories, hottest trends, and exploring the unique neighborhoods that make our city shine. From inspiring conversations with local trailblazers to uncovering hidden gems, we're here to celebrate what makes Rocket City so special. So buckle up, Rocket City. It's time to feel the momentum.
Hey, Rocket City! We are diving headfirst into one of the best times of year, Halloween!
Ooh.
Oh, whether you love costumes, haunted houses, or just the chance to eat way too much candy, we've got something for everyone in this episode.
That's right. But first, we hit the streets to ask one very important question. This is important, and we really needed to see what people were saying. And so we want to know, what's your favorite thing about Halloween?
One of my favorite things about Halloween is getting to dress up.
The colors. Traditional Halloween.
Hershey bars.
I love the Maple Hill Cemetery stroll.
The costume, coming up with something creative.
Kit Kat.
Pumpkins.
I like taking my children around and ambushing truck-or-treats.
The cool weather.
Hershey Kisses.
Dressing up. Anything pumpkins. Jason movies.
My wife's reaction.
The kids come into the front door and I get to give them candy.
My kids.
And it's cool enough just to be outside, but not so cool that you gotta have on a heavy coat.
Every day they come up with a different Halloween costume, and they try to convince me every year to give them 2 Halloween costumes.
Twizzlers. Apparently nobody likes them except me, so I get all of them.
So much fun decorating and dressing up and coming up with ideas for our Halloween party.
I like the change of seats.
All the candy we can get.
And Reese cups. Can't forget the Reese cup.
Going out and showing it off, showing it off, showing it off, showing it off.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Captain Planet.
It's Halloween, and we have a special guest because she is like the queen of Halloween. Mandy Pinyan is here with us today, and we are going to be talking all about her amazing setup. She has a yard that becomes all the Halloween. Have you already started?
You know when you're driving around,
and you're like, those people?
Yeah, and you see someone has a skeleton out, or someone has that, they've got some bat things, or they do the ghost hanging in the hanging from the tree. She has taken this way too far.
Way too far. She's crossed the line, and we're here for it.
And we're here to exactly. We're here to promote it. Exactly. So tell us about it.
How to get all started? Okay, so one day you woke up and you're like, I'm going to have the ultimate outside Halloween. It's going to be amazing.
It really started when I acquired the 12-foot skeleton. I think that was really the beginning of the end.
That was the first. That was the
end.
Little did your husband know, here, this was it.
So during the pandemic era, Home Depot released a 12-foot skeleton, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. And it became the focal point. Mr. Skullhead is his name.
Okay.
He's a member of the family.
Mr.
And
Skullhead.
from there, I just built a bigger and bigger display. And because of that skeleton, there was a group of yard haunters, Halloween lovers, aficionados, Halloween enthusiasts such as myself, got together and we were like, hey, this is a really big, literally and figuratively, item that's an eye-catching piece, and the first year it came out, not a lot of people had them. So how can we use this attention-getting fixture to do some good? And so that's how Skeletons for St. Jude was founded. So
Skeletons for St. Jude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it was from the very start, from the first year that you got it, it was let's do, there was never let's do it, and then later let's make good out of it. You were just no, I think I want to do this from the very beginning.
I'll admit, the very first year it was a small effort, so I don't think that the word had spread quite so much. So only about $8,000 was raised that first year.
Only.
The next year,
I know.
Well, the next year, over $151,000.
My
was raised.
gosh!
So,
Okay, so
that's
talk
kind
about
of when
jump.
I came on board.
Okay, so help me understand this. I just want to
Yes.
understand the how you get somebody to. Okay, so somebody is driving by and sees a skeleton and they're like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll donate." How is this happening? What is the process here?
So we have yard signs, and every year there's a different child featured, and we have the classic fundraising thermometer, and there's a QR code so that people can go by, and as they're slow rolling past my house, taking pictures, oh, here's a QR code you can take a picture of. And if
is
you're
so
so
smart.
moved.
That is so
because
smart.
people do that. Like even I like around Christmas time with all the lights, and the kids are like
$150,000.
Yeah.
And we do that. We like there's like there's a house in our neighborhood. They kind of do it up a little bit, you know, for Christmas. And so we like whenever we're out and about, and Penny's like, you know, she gets really excited about the lights. My 6-year-old, and so we do that. We slow roll, and that's really interesting because like you have like. I just wouldn't have thought of it. I mean, that's amazing. That's really smart.
Yeah,
really
so
clever.
passive way to do it with the yard sign. And then Halloween night, obviously, I have, you know, the QR codes up at the trick-or-treat table as parents are coming up.
The trick-or-treat table.
Yes.
Like that's for real.
Oh, no, I've seen
them.
Like there's one in Nana's neighborhood. Yeah,
we have to move a table down into the driveway because we're usually surrounded. It's kind of like a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Where is
Except
it?
with...
yeah, like where do people go? And okay,
where's your house?
Oh, okay.
What's the address for us? I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. I'm feeling weird about it.
Yeah,
we want it.
So if you want my street address, it's 517 Highland Drive in Madison.
See the display,
so
right?
yeah,
Like, that's where you see it. That's where it's
close
set up,
to Horizon Elementary School. So I've got kids that walk, you know, to school every morning, and that was really another impetus of me going, all right, it's time. It's time to make a cool display. And there are a couple of other houses in the neighborhood that also had the spirit, and I went, all right, I'm with my people. Highland Drive usually does it up pretty well, and we have a lot of trick-or-treaters. There are a few like really big standout houses, and so I'm the skeleton house. There's a couple other like big houses.
Do they give away full-size candy bars?
I give out full-size candy bars.
You do?
I do. Not well. For the people.
That was 517.
I save full-size bars for really great homemade costumes, like the kids who embody the spirit of Halloween.
That's a great idea.
No, that's the way it ought to be. You know, because
Yeah.
I think that there's definitely like merits to putting in time and effort.
Yes.
Rather than you just go, you pick up the thing, you throw it on, you're like, look, I'm Batman, like that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we
no.
want to see people put some effort in because some people do that.
And
Yes.
spirit of
People do
Halloween.
that.
It could be a costume that they didn't necessarily make, but they are like in it. They are
but, like,
living Halloween that
exactly,
night.
like they're in character.
Yes.
Fully. Like that still totally counts as effort. Like way more than just like the
Absolutely.
walk up and like and then like next, like come on.
One of the
get it
best
together.
costumes
Get it together,
last
people.
year was like a little boy who had made a fire truck costume out of cardboard boxes and did not respond to speech. Came up and was like beeping and lights, like he had tap lights, I think.
Like, and that was
he
just
would
like,
flash.
thank you and trick or treat.
And then when he backed up, it was
love
like,
that.
wee-doo, wee-doo,
I love
wee-doo.
that.
And I just
I
was
love
like,
that.
you get a, hold on, full-size
Come
bar
here.
right
Here,
there.
you get 2.
Maximum effort.
Yeah, maximum effort.
That's
you
You
get a
won my
full-size bar.
award for. I have that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
Why is it just today?
Yeah.
I'm
Why-
today
no,
years old when this has ever even entered my brain.
I mean, everyone else I couldn't afford to do full size for everybody. So we have like cauldrons full of the fun size candies. Like, you know, everyone gets those.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
care if you have a pillowcase and decided that day. Trick or treating is always welcome at my house. Teenagers welcome at my
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
Grown ups welcome
let
at my house.
the teens,
Oh, yeah.
let
Everybody.
the teens trick or treat.
Oh yes, if you're a teenager and trick or treating, come by.
yes.
I don't understand the attitude
Is
against
there an
teenagers.
attitude about it?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah. It's like
What's the problem?
grumbles and
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my
Like,
god,
you're too old
how
to do
you're
that.
too old to be out here
Okay, so
doing
first
this.
off, if like a teenager, okay, fine, like I thought that was a given. But I have heard of like the parents thing where like parents don't get anything, but I'm like, okay, you know what, like you're out here like putting in the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
like
Oh, but come on, you know you're eating all of your kids' candy.
Well, there's the
right?
parent
like
tax.
hypothetically speaking.
Like,
you know?
not. I don't do
No,
that.
no.
That's
No, look,
mommy and daddy tax.
Yeah, that's exactly. And
I
that's
gotta check
around-
it.
Around
I gotta make
30%.
sure there's no razor blades in
But
it.
the thing is, yeah, I know, right? Okay, I don't want to. Don't even. Yeah.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. But however, some parents do put on costumes.
Yes, they do.
Okay? And they show up
Every
and do
year,
it
do you?
every single
See,
year.
I would have thought you
What are you
not the
talking
effort
about?
for doing
What are you
that.
talking about? No, I am a showman. Like, and so the kids are like, we generally do at this point. I mean, it didn't always. Now with Jackie and the kids, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do a theme. So we do a theme.
Yeah.
I do
You know
like
what I mean?
themes.
Yeah, you know, and so like I always get to like.
So
you
now
know,
always has to be a theme of 4, like no
it's always
matter.
a theme of 4. Well, like it doesn't have to be like these 4 characters has to be. It could be genre related if there's
Yeah.
not like a main character. Like I don't mind. And I always
All right,
get,
so
like,
what's
the short
your
stuff.
favorite costume that you've ever done?
Nice.
Oh, that's really hard. That's like asking me like what my favorite book is. I think I had a lot of fun when I was Edna Mode and I had a tiny Jack and a baby carrier. I had a
From
lot
The
of
Incredibles.
Yes, from
Right?
The Incredibles. I was Auntie Edna, and I had like the red silk robe, and I went around, and every kid who came up with capes, they got a lecture.
Nice.
It was the whole
So
thing.
you stayed in character the whole night.
Oh yeah, you got to commit. That was a lot of fun. I've done a lot of events when I was a librarian at the library. So Zombie Barb was a really fun one for me. I had slugs all over me, and the kids really got into that. So I've done not scary. I've done creepier, spookier. So yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of costumes that I've really enjoyed being, and
I love
every
that.
year
That's
it's
so
something
awesome
new
that I've ever done. My most committed one was probably when I was Smurfette.
Oh,
Smurfette?
And did the whole
Nice.
blue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
that
like-
way it was
Yeah.
blue, and like, I did it. I
Wow,
committed.
yeah.
I also did Daenerys Targaryen.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember
That was-
Daenerys. Yeah.
yeah,
I
that
feel
was a
like I
fun
remember.
one.
Didn't that one do?
I did take that
recently, right? I think you had like the braid
maybe
and all
like
that?
3 or
Yeah.
4 years ago.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Relatively.
Yeah, we've known each other a long
Yeah,
time. bro.
yeah, we
A
have.
long time, bro. So, what's your favorite?
I tend to do like a genre really. So I've been doing like pirate for a couple of years
Oh, yeah.
now. And I started as cowboy, but then like converted into pirate because there's kind of some similarities between the feel, the energetic feel of it. So I've been like now acquiring like pirate type things for a couple
So that
of
you
years.
can like
So it's
have like
easier,
really nice.
Yeah, and it's nice, as a pirate, you can be kind of like a little swanky, like walking around, like, yeah, exactly, be kind of rude, and
Kinda
mean,
like
but it's
hit a
okay.
kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
And you get to be kind of loosey goosey about it, and also you get a sword or like
Oh,
a nice like
great fun.
like the old school. I don't know what it's called. It looks like kind of like a handheld musket type of. I don't know what it's called. But
So do you do Jack Sparrow-ish?
I try, but I just don't. I need to do more eyeliner, and then I can probably get there.
I like it.
But I try to I have like the whatever, like a little bit of like drama.
A little mystery intrigue
Little
there.
mystery, yeah.
Last year we did Axl Rose and Cyndi Lauper. That was fun.
Yeah.
And Chris did all the eyeliner, and he was committed, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It's nice when the spouses will do it too.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So speaking of, how does your family feel about all of this?
I will say that my husband knows who he married. One of our first dates was around Halloween, and after I got off work, which was a big Halloween event, we went out and I was in full costume. So he knew right before the contract
I did not
was
hide this.
signed, sealed, and delivered that I was totally into Halloween. So he knows, but he is long suffering with my acquisitions and how much stuff I have. But he does enjoy helping with the DIY aspects. We have made some really great stuff together, and that's kind of how we balance him not like
So some date
tossing
night
me out.
activities might be making something for
Yeah.
the. Well,
Absolutely.
I like that. That's
Sometimes
fun.
he's found things online and going, hey, like, why don't we
Should
do
we do
this? And so we'll make some things together, and even our daughter Adeline helped with some of the finishing touches. Like we learned how to make the pink insulation foam look like stone. If you spray it with water and use a heat gun, it bubbles up and it looks like rock.
Great for set design.
Ooh,
Props,
yes.
that
We've
sort of
just
stuff.
contract pending.
Yeah. Well,
That's so cool. But
Yeah.
so what makes I immediately am like, I love it. I want to do it. I every year I'm like, next year I think that would be a great year for me to have a whole thing. I have never
A yard display?
Yeah, yard.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Halloween
work. It's a lot
and
of work.
Christmas,
It's way
and I'm
more
like,
It's a lot of work.
and then I
Yeah.
get real lazy. So like, do
Yeah.
you ever be like,
well, when you go up into the attic and it's all there staring at you, and you realize like it's from down the little attic chute down the stairs down those stairs, and then we stage it in either like a front room or in the garage, and it's so much stuff. I had help this year. My family friend has 4 boys, and I had like an assembly line, or
That's what I was
like
gonna say. You need to
skeleton,
recruit.
pass it down,
Yeah, you
skeleton,
need to
pass
recruit,
it down.
Yes.
So I had a lot of help getting stuff, literally moving stuff out from the attic. We started Labor Day weekend. I generally start small, and then I kind of add to the display little by little, which also
So
keeps
right now
it fresh.
there's already like stuff starting to show up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've already put some stuff up, got some initial lights going, but I keep it fresh and keep it moving. That keeps it from just being the same thing for 2 months. The night of Halloween is the big show, and so that's usually when I put out like my bigger animatronics and the fog machines, and
like you're like, I'm gonna save this for the
yeah, exactly.
Right.
And a lot of times sometimes those animatronic pieces are not weather friendly, and we have very unpredictable weather here in Alabama, as we all know. So rain and stuff like that. The electronics boxes, they're just not made for that, even if you try to cover them up. So,
or like the fog machine. It's not like you can sit there and run that. Like it doesn't.
Although one year, there's a funny story with that. I think it's science. So the dew point must have just been perfect.
It's science!
So the dew point or the humidity must have just been perfect. And so I turned on the fogger, and it was Halloween night. It was still kind of early. It wasn't quite pitch black outside. So we were getting our first trick-or-treaters, and I hit that fogger, and it just blasted out an amazing amount of the high fog, not the creepy fog. And it didn't dissipate.
So then they're just walking into like a cloud of smoke.
I whited out like it just stayed, and it blasted like 2 or 3 times before I realized it wasn't going away. And you can hear kids like, "Mommy, Mommy, where are we? I'm gonna get kidnapped!" Oh my gosh! Cars, like you could not see cars, like there were headlights, and I thought, "Oh my goodness!" I had to turn it off because it would not.
It was then
go away.
Hazard.
Yeah,
exactly. So I was like fanning it, like trying to get rid of it. Yeah, it was.
You're out there with.
Okay, well we're at halftime, which means it's time for the exciting activity. We've got to have a snack. You're gonna feed me.
Oh my God.
One of these delicious apple wedges. Don't touch it. You've got 30 seconds on the clock.
I just have to.
Does she get a point for each apple that she wants in your mouth?
And you're on 30 seconds. One hand, no two-handing it, okay? No. All right, come on, bring it in.
Oh my God. All right, there's 1 point. Well, I'm going to remove myself from the chocolate. Oh, God.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, you are so good at this. Oh my God.
I'm fine.
And this is how he loses an eye.
No. Let's try another one. Come on, man.
There's no pressure.
Here we go. All right. Hold on, oh, time's up.
I should have been counting.
Wow.
I feel.
I think that was.
Thank you.
I didn't count.
Well,
I think that was 5.
4.
I think it was 4.
Some of us are more committed than others, maybe, and
I just ate a bunch of tasty.
Okay, you're committed. Fine.
It was there's chocolate syrup.
You committed
come on,
with your body.
I don't know. What do you say? What's his name?
I don't know.
Bob. What do you say, Bob?
Not a Bob.
Yeah, he's Morse code for help me.
They're trying to feed me chocolate.
All right. So how much has it grown? Like how many people are involved in the what did you call it? Skeletons for
St. Jude. So there's over 400 homes right now throughout the whole country. I believe I'm still the only one in Alabama, which is sad. You guys should get involved.
Wait, was it already existing or did you start it?
No, I didn't start it.
Okay.
It's already existing. I joined up.
Okay.
So I believe the second year it was around when the word really spread. I think I got in after the first year because none of us really knew. So second year we raised $151,000 and some change. Our goal is to raise $1 million by the end of this year. So
really,
we're
like,
well,
there. We went from 8,000 to 150.
Well, it's realistic.
When you say we, you mean you're specific because you said there's a bunch of locations across.
All of us as a group. So there are team efforts. So like if Dana and I wanted to start a team, we could be like, woohoo, Team Skelly, and we can do a team-based fundraiser. And some people do that and raise, and it all goes to St. Jude's. Or it could be a general fundraiser, which is usually what I do because it's just me. Where the QR code, again, takes you straight to St. Jude's, and that it all goes, we track it.
But your location specifically raised $150,000 this year?
No, that was the total effort.
How much did your spot raise?
I don't know because it goes into the general pot.
If we know that, then we can push.
Yeah.
If we know that, then because imagine last year, hypothetically, I don't know what, obviously, because I just don't know the data.
If I had a team.
If it was like, we raised $500, like, we could double that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Or even if you does anybody want to join the team?
That's a good
Reach
point.
out. Do you
anyone
want to
join
it?
Yeah.
Anyone could.
You know, these guys on the corner up the street from my house, they have a huge skeleton.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's like...
So we could start like an Alabama effort.
We could, yeah. It's skeletonsforhope.org.
Like, what do? We just go to them and say, hey, do you want to...
You need to send us a message. Let us know you're interested. Let us know.
If we wanted to like go out and go to people's houses that have awesome yard decorations and say,
hey, join this.
We could be like, hey, here's the sign for
Here's
this
the
thing.
sign. It's already made.
Yeah.
All you got to do is the same thing you're doing already, except now it's helping a good cause.
Yes, they go to the website. There's an instructional video. There's even a graphic that they can download to do a yard sign of their own. You can get printed locally. if you want to support local business or, upload it and have it printed online, which is, I did it locally. And then I just reuse it every year. So it's sustainable. And I just use tape to kind of measure where we are in the fundraiser. Like I said, the entire organization's goal is to raise $1 million for St. Jude. We're almost there. We're over $600,000.
Wow.
We
already?
Yeah.
It's not
this
even
is a cumulative...
It's not even October.
But we've already started. And they sell merchandise, shirts, hoodies. And so it's really a great effort to raise those funds. And again, I really think that fundraising goal of $1 million is believable. It is realistic.
If you're at 600 now,
sustainable.
yes.
I think that every year we've raised more and more. We almost raised $300,000 last year. So again, it's completely within the realm of possibility.
At 600 this year, and last year was only that's a you doubled,
right?
Like,
it's gone up every year. The amount of funds that is taken in every year, and if you go to the site, it will show you here's what we've raised every year towards St. Jude's. And one year, Home Depot even matched funds because they heard about it and were, calling it Skeletons for St. Jude's, and it was the 12-foot owners, and so they actually contributed. So it's, again, great way to raise it. You can be in a team. You can do it individually like I do, just as part of a general bucket. It just goes in the bucket.
Have you created a Facebook page for your Halloween house? I saw Christmas lights doing that.
I have a hashtag. I have an Instagram page. It's Haunt on Highland.
Okay.
So I do that.
And you share the link to donate on there.
Any pictures I upload, I have the hashtag with it.
Like, would the idea be to try to get as many people as possible to come to your display on Halloween or leading up to Halloween? Is that basically that's like a measure of success, is like we would be driving traffic there.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the idea, is like, okay, like go see this thing
and then donate to St. Jude.
Exactly. That's the whole point, right?
And the sign is up in my yard right now.
And you could just donate, like, you could donate $1. Like, that's okay.
It doesn't have
$5, like, whatever. You could donate $100. Like, if you have the means to do that, then, like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
and
fine.
I've had people the night of going, hey, I just noticed your sign. Here's $20.
And then you just collect it and put it in.
I collect it, and then I go through the link myself and do it, and there you go. So I've collected it that way as well. And we usually get a very, very positive response for that. And really, I mean, it's one thing to set up a yard display because you love Halloween and you like to be spooky, which I do. I really do. But the fact that it's bigger than myself and it's helping something that is very near and dear to my heart, and it's a bigger cause and a great cause to make you feel like you're doing something positive.
Yeah.
And using the holiday, and using your display to get that attention, to get people coming by, and then noticing, oh wait, this is a fundraiser, and there's a website, and there's a lot of talented people behind this fundraising effort. And every year, they're very communicative with the group, and we have maps. I take a picture of the display. They put me on the map.
What if we did, like, I mean, I don't know, I'm just like spitballing, and then we need to wrap.
You know what I really want? I want people to, like, drop something in the mail to you, like a new, like, inflatable or decoration, and say, here, we want to contribute and help you make it even bigger.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what if we got some people together and, like, set up, like, a haunted house experience for little kids, and, like, you don't have to, but, like, what parent's gonna have their kid go through an awesome little haunted house and not scan the code?
And honestly, the last 2 years, my or 3 years, I can't even remember now, we always set up. So there's 16 grandkids, and we always do
there's a few.
We do a really good haunted house in one of our garages. Last year, I think it was at my house. No, it was at Nikki's.
Neighborhood, or
no, just for
because there's so many.
Because we're not so giving, but I'm like, we could totally do it. Like, and I usually have an escape room thing as
fun.
Part of it.
So we could set something like that up. Like, I mean, imagine, because you're going to get so much. So, like, the idea would be like, okay, because, like, I don't know, like, okay, raise $100,000. Imagine if you I imagine $100,000 that's going all to St. Jude. But imagine if you took some of that money, not that you could, but hypothetically, you had a budget to then market the event, and you raised $200,000 because you spent $100 on this other. You see what I mean?
Right.
And, like, imagine if there was, like, a little bit of effort on.
Or what if we just feature it on an amazing show called Rocket City Momentum, and then it, like, gains all this traction and everyone becomes aware, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help people connect in our community and become aware of more things. Oh gosh, we're a part of it. All right, so before we wrap,
I don't know why I cuddled the bat.
Mandy's actually going to share some DIY tips with us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so what do you got for us?
So DIY tips are this. if you see pictures of my haunt and you're like, oh my gosh, how in the world do I ever, get to a point, or I'm not even the best or the biggest, I'm sure, even in our city. You don't have to start all at once, and you don't have to get all store-bought pieces. Go to thrift stores, go to yard sales, customize your pieces, do it on the cheap. DIY does sometimes cost a little bit of money, but it makes you have something unique that nobody else has. It's something that's all yours. It's your style. It's something that talks to you. So hit those up. You can do that year round and have projects going. And so by the time Halloween rolls around, look, you've got all this really great stuff that you made yourself. And that carries a certain amount of pride and ownership. So don't be afraid to make it yourself. Don't be afraid to see something in a thrift store or at a yard sale and go, wait, what can I do with that?
I can make that spooky.
I totally, and there are actually
oh my God, there are so many light bulbs going off on my head.
This is one I've seen that I really like. What you do is you get a pair of old jeans that you have, or a pair of jeans at a thrift store, and some shoes, and you can like stuff them with something, and then like stick them like.
Yeah, like it's half
like it's half the body sticking. Yeah, exactly. I love that. And it's terrifying when they do like they'll have like the full body and like hang it from the tree. It's like it looks like a person. It looks like a person hanging there. Yeah. And I'm like driving through a neighborhood with the kids and like around Halloween, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know if I'm comfortable with how very terrifying and realistic it is, but at the same time, I'm so excited to see that. And I'm like, look, kids, there's a body in the tree.
They're like, well, that was actually what is your rule? What's your eerie versus family? Where's your line?
Yeah, so no real severed heads.
Yeah, I try to keep it because there's so many kids.
I mean,
so I do silly, spooky skeletons. I don't do gore or zombies or blood or anything because we have an elementary school nearby and little kids that walk by.
A little bit too intense, yeah.
I want them to love and enjoy the holiday the way I grew up loving and enjoying the holiday. And so my goal is never to scare a kid and make them afraid. So that's why I do silly things with the skeletons.
Was the best thing. I remember when I was a kid.
It is not. This is
not all kids like to be scared.
Okay, so here's what happened. We were trick-or-treating, and we're going up to the thing, and there's nobody there, and there's the thing, and there was actually someone there, and we didn't know. And this guy had spray painted himself silver and hung silver curtains in his window, and he stood in the window. It was terrifying, but I loved it and remembered it and we ran for our lives.
I want to do a haunt now,
and
I
totally,
feel
like traumatized.
I don't want to traumatize, but to be spooky is fun.
Yeah, spooky is fun. Chris,
watch
out, Chris, because I think we might have to put together a haunt now. Because now I feel like, part of a bigger, like the laziness factor feels like it's kind of like shuffling off a little because there's something bigger that I can be part of. So now it's not just decorating for no reason.
Yeah, it's for
there's
a good
reason.
You are changing someone's life by not just terrifying a child, but actually raising money for someone who needs it. So
I love it.
You can be both
So when you go to clean it all up, are you kind of cussing yourself and like, man, wouldn't
you gotta get
volunteers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I will tell you, the night of Halloween when it's all done, I move things into the garage, like a lot of the animatronics and dogs and stuff, because I don't want to leave them out overnight with weather and just stuff. I am someone who, after the holiday's over, I get twitchy. I don't want it up forever. And so generally in less than a week I have the whole thing packed up and
then what, scarecrows and like pumpkins, like what?
Yes, I will tell you this. Okay, I am a firm proponent of let Thanksgiving have its day. Let's not rush the Christmas season because I feel like a lot of stuff gets rushed and I want to be able to enjoy it. So I try to have that rest period of between, and then my daughter is Christmas all the way, and so she's pushing for it as soon as possible. But I'm like turkey first, and after Thanksgiving, then we'll talk.
So so that's a debate, for real.
Yeah,
it is. Do you put up the Christmas tree
after Thanksgiving?
Is it after? We've got a hard after Thanksgiving.
I can't do it before.
When Jackie says to.
When Jackie
safe answer.
That's safe. It's usually for us, most of the time it's after Thanksgiving, but I've noticed the last couple of years I've been a little antsy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it now. And it'll be like November 8th or something.
What do you think, guys? She's breaking the cardinal rule.
The rules.
Okay. All right, fantastic. All right, so last request, last call to action. You guys, we got to get out and support this year. It's gonna be huge. Let's make it huge.
Let's make it huge.
Yes.
And let her know that you saw it on Rocket City Momentum. Like, hey, I heard about the great stuff that you're doing. I had to come by and see this. Like, how are we going to work that into our trick or treat?
I know, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking, how do I get this as part? Like, when does it officially start at your house? Like, what time? Can we come before the start? Because then that might help me. Because Madison's pretty far for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh,
Madison.
It's in Madison.
It's in Madison, and usually I have kids coming by around 5.
Yeah.
So I will work. I'll usually put in for some vacation and leave a little early because I have to go home and like frantically get everything ready and test everything. I blew fuses last year with some of the fog machines. I was running stuff on too much on one current, so I was running around with my cell phone going, "Where's the plug and how do I fix it?" So I'm frantically setting up. But we have kids coming by, of course, before it gets dark, and then generally the last trick-or-treaters are done by 10. Those are usually the teenagers that are coming by. And I think past 10.
Can scan and donate? Like, is that up
now? Oh, that's up right now.
That's up right now,
if you came by right now, the St. Jude's sign, and I've tested the QR code, it goes to the site. Scan the sign, make a donation if you're so moved. It is not all set up yet. Like I said, it's a slow roll to Halloween, and I put stuff out a little bit at a time to keep it interesting. But I do have some stuff out right now.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so either like look for a QR code or a link in the show notes, or go and check out her space if you don't have if your Halloween's already going to be slam booked and you're I don't know how you plan it out, whatever.
Yeah.
We're pretty
Go
loose
before.
about it.
There's a lot in October.
And if not, then get to the house on Halloween and make that happen because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
it's so awesome. Okay. Aw, thank you for coming.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Till next time, guys.
I can't wait to go by and see Mandy's display this year. I think we're going to make like a whole evening out of it one night this month.
It really sounds like a lot of fun. You know what else sounds fun, Dana?
What?
A free adult Halloween party. That's right. It's 21 plus. I almost said X-rated. It's not X-rated. Let me be clear. It's just 21 plus. So it's like a party. It's just like a Halloween party, And so good chance to put the kids over there with Nana and go and have a Halloween party. And how about this? 1,500 attendees. So up next, we've got Chase Grisham, a successful real estate broker with love for Halloween. Obviously, he doesn't just decorate. He hosts one of the biggest free parties around. You got to get out to it.
Oh my God. Do you think we should go this year?
Yeah.
Let's hear all about it from Chase himself.
We are here with Chase Grisham.
Yes,
Chase.
Glad to be here. So excited.
We got party boy Chase
here. Not Grissom. I get Grissom.
Or
I get Grissom, like the hospital.
Oh,
Grissom.
Yeah.
It's Grisham.
Grisham, like the author John.
Grisham.
That's my uncle.
John, is it really? Or are you lying? You're
I
lying.
don't
You're a liar. Oh my God.
I don't get
I'm
any
stuck
money.
between.
Yeah, there's like falseness and lies, and then we have Dana. Wholesome little Dana. Exactly. And so we're here talking to Chase today because he does something really cool around Halloween, and we want to hear more about it. So why don't you just kind of give us the scoop? What do you do? How does it work?
How did it start?
How did it start? In a hot tub.
What it is.
Yeah, in a hot tub. How it started. Yeah.
What it is, Joe, and
absolutely
how it came to be.
So I was trying to figure out a way to reach more people, but in a fun way. I'm a real estate agent. At the time, I was a real estate agent. Now I'm a broker and owner of a company. But at the time, I was just like, it was just me. And I was like, I want to be able to reach as many people as possible, but I just don't want to go like asking people for their names and numbers and emails and be weird, right? Yeah. So that's not fun. So I was like, I need to create an environment to where people would gladly do that, right? Where they feel welcome to do that because we're offering them a good time.
So you were thinking, okay, I want to, how can I do? Is this lead generation, right? Like Absolutely. I want to get people's information so that I can market to them and connect with them and build relationships. But I don't want to just like run around and be like, so what's your information?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get your email address? No, instead we're going to provide value. And so there was a moment you were sitting in the hot tub. Is that where?
In the hot tub.
Yeah. And then suddenly,
click.
Take me back to it.
Yes. I was actually hanging out with some friends and
were you guys actually in a hot tub?
Actually in a hot tub.
No, you were making it up.
I wasn't kidding. I had one at the house and I was like, man, we should have a party. And I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. It's fantastic. And so it's like, well, nobody's really doing that. Like I feel like parties around holidays are always fun. It's a theme. People like to dress up, something to do. It's easy. It's a home run. And so we're just like, let's do it.
What year was this?
This was 4 years ago. This was like
2020?
right
around
COVID.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So,
2020, because COVID was March 2020, right?
Yeah.
That's when it really like started.
Really hit off.
This is literally
In
October of 2020?
October of 2020.
He's like, I've got an idea.
When everybody was like, I'm tired of being in.
But if you drink enough, the booze kills it.
That kills it. That kills
Maybe?
it.
Sure.
This is medical advice.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely. And so we were just like, let's get these people together. Let's have a fun time. We weren't worried about attendance because of COVID, obviously. People were a little skeptical on that end, but they did want to get out. They wanted something to do. So that helped as well.
Was there a mass breakout of COVID?
That's exactly right. That sourced it all the way back to Chase's party.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's where it started.
Yes.
But it was it was okay. Everybody made it. It was
Everybody made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Yeah. We haven't had any reports.
all the email, they're not bouncing back.
No, they're not. Oh my God. They're still
open rate is
solid.
0.
They're still good, yes.
So it's been going for 4 years. This is the 5th year? No, we're coming on year 4.
We're coming on year 4.
We're coming on year 4 right now. And so this is basically a blowout Halloween party extravaganza.
It's a 21 plus.
21 plus.
21
you know what that means.
plus. Costume
Butt
required.
cheeks.
Is it lots
Come
of
on,
butt
there's
cheeks?
definitely- it's Halloween.
Is it boobs and butt cheeks? Yes, it is.
It's like, it's not,
What
it's
is
like
it about
to me.
Halloween that's let me wear as little clothes as possible?
Okay, first of all, I think that more dudes should embrace it, okay? It's not that I just think it's equality and
I
like,
agree.
I think it's just like if girls are going to be dressed in scandalous, I think
Wait,
dudes should
you
be
want
allowed-
dudes
It's not
having
that
butt
I'm
cheeks?
looking to see butt cheeks, but I just think
Let's
that
just
it should
do
be an
more
even-
biceps and like.
Oh, Street Fighter, that's a classic.
Absolutely.
What is your,
Yeah.
by the way, what is the sluttiest Halloween costume you've ever worn?
You've ever worn?
I've ever worn?
He's like, wait a second.
I don't know. I've never worn a slutty costume. The best one, I was a Dunkin' Donut one year. So I had a basketball jersey, and then I had an inflatable around me that was like a donut. So it was like a Dunkin' Donut.
Oh, I see. Wait.
Dunkin' like Dunkin'.
You were a Dunkin' okay.
But like also
that was like
Dunkin'
going
Donut.
right over my head there.
Yeah.
It wasn't hitting.
I want $100.
Really?
Yeah.
At your own costume party.
No.
Totally
We're giving away thousands for hours.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
like,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the last ones that have won, they are all just like girls showing butt cheeks.
why
right?
is it all?
There's
why
no
are you
butt
stuck
cheeks.
there?
No,
Why
I'm
are you
just
stuck there?
I'm just saying a 21 plus Halloween party. Like, hello.
Let's cut to the video.
So it's 21 plus. Okay,
Yes.
fine. And major giveaways. I think he said thousands of dollars in giveaway. What is
Well,
it?
in the Halloween costume contest.
Okay, yeah.
We
Tell us
want it
about
to
it.
be legit. Like it's costume required. We've turned people away.
So
at the
to
door.
get in,
Oh, you're like,
have to
you
wear a
can't
costume.
come in, and they're like, I am dressed
Okay,
up.
do you have like someone
A level?
qualifying? Yeah, exactly. Because like, oh, okay, I'm a cat.
Yeah. We now I feel like it's gotten to where if you show up like halfway,
If it's bullshit.
they're gonna know.
Yeah, there's too
Yeah.
many people that are trying to get in that are actually doing.
Yeah,
work.
and yeah. And so what the whole goal is, like, I want you to be immersed.
Yeah.
I want you to come in this thing and
Yeah.
feel like you're on a movie set.
Yeah.
Like this is like a Halloween Hallmark special.
Yeah.
And like you're in it. So, like the little cat stuff.
That
It's
doesn't
not gonna cut it.
fly.
Yeah.
Okay,
want
so what's the
legit.
best one
The best one
that you've seen? The
Or what
best
about last
costume?
year? Like, what
yeah.
was last year's
And so,
costume?
like,
No,
a lot
I
of-
want to know of all time your
all-time
favorite.
So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just spend money. $5,000, $10,000, full Iron Man suit.
Oh, like
full like Thanos, like
Oh.
like they're spending
Yeah,
money.
but you know what? That's like I feel like you should be like.
You have to be
I get it, but
creative.
you gotta be more creative.
And
than
that's
just being
exactly, and that's why last year, the Moth and the Lamp won.
Like, nice.
I love it.
Yeah, just you know how like moths are like attracted to lamps.
Oh.
So is this like? This is
I was
the
like,
girl
for
is a
some
lamp and
reason,
dude's a
I
moth?
was thinking
The girls,
It's a two-piece?
Yeah.
It's a two-piece.
It was
It's
it was a
right?
girl and a guy. I can't remember who was
Who
moth
was
and who
which
was
one?
lamp, but they won because he was so incredibly creative.
Yeah,
It was
that's what
so
I'm-
good.
I'm so glad you went there because I'm like you know it's like it just feels like Halloween is the time to really be creative and the more like
It gives you like this all access pass to just like be as creative.
Oh, sorry, I thought this.
Be as creative as possible. Make it like whatever. No, you don't have to be a hoe. You know what? I have
you do not
every year I wear very respectable.
You dress like at some point. Dana's you got her. At some point.
Cut to me as a B.
As a B? Oh, watch out. Okay.
No, it's still very respectable.
Okay, Jackie was. You had said that you had done.
Daenerys.
No.
Smurf, yeah.
Smurfette. Jackie did Smurfette 1 year.
Nice. Like all blue?
Mine was not slutty. Smurfette was not slutty.
Oh, this was. She was a. Yeah, but she could be. She could be.
Did you get blue?
But she could be.
I will.
It's like
up in New York.
That's a picture of Luke.
Move past it. We had a good time.
Sorry, Jackie.
We had a good time.
Sorry.
Okay, so this sounds like a really fun party. Okay,
so you keep it free. You just have to wear a costume to get in, and then like what can they expect? Like what's going on?
Yeah, you walk in the door.
100% production. That's what it's all about. Once again, we want you to feel like you're somewhere else, not in North Alabama. And so we spend a lot of money on the production. When you walk in, you can't see anything. In terms of the party, we have a spooky hallway, which is my favorite. We're going to set the tone from the beginning. So you walk in, and you have to like make your way through like a haunted maze.
Oh, God.
Well, it's not really a maze.
Are they going to jump out with a chainsaw and get you?
Yeah, like, somebody.
Not like a chainsaw, because you can't.
But there's like a scare. There's got to be a jump scare. No,
can't give away.
It's scary.
So is this invitation only?
No.
Come on.
Show up.
Just show up.
If you're 21 and over and you're wearing a costume.
But how are you doing the data capture?
So in order to, right when you get in order to get your drink tickets, you just got to input. And
there's even drink tickets? The drinks are free?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Are we going to a party then?
Y'all are most definitely.
Dana and Lucas, dressed like sluts.
Have your butt cheek out.
So many butt cheeks.
Yes. Cut the photo.
Nice.
Yes, and so
yourself, Dana.
you give us your information, but we need that information anyway for security purposes.
Yeah.
But also in return, we give you drink tickets, and you can use that on beer or wine. And then when you get your drink tickets in your hand, you then go through the spooky hallway, and you like turn like this, and then when you turn like this, boom, you're in the party.
And it's jumping, and it's a DJ
band.
It's
a full band.
No.
Yeah, and they're dressed up too.
Covers?
Like all covers. All the fun
love
stuff.
Cover bands.
Like wedding bands, like like those band parties back in the day.
Do you have the same one that you like that you vetted and you love and you just use year after year? Like what do you do?
Yep. The same exact band. They get the vibe, they get the tone, they know what to do, and they just show up and show out for however long the party is.
Yes.
That sounds great.
How long does it usually last?
I think it's from like 7:30 to 11:30 or something.
What?
11:30?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
That's not my. That's
Granny.
That's not on me.
That's the cutoff time. That's the advertised cutoff time. You know.
Where is it at?
It's at Ingalls Harbor Indicator, and the city. They're strict about that 12 o'clock cutoff time. The noise ordinance and stuff like that.
So you're like, we gotta shut it down at 11:30 because then we gotta tell you guys you can't stay here. You got to go.
Oh, it takes an hour to get everybody out.
Yeah.
They're not wanting to leave. They're hanging out.
They're like having so much because honestly, by 11:30 things are just getting started.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, if you're at like,
where's the after party?
You're like,
I don't pay for the after party.
Yeah. Not at my house.
So good luck.
Yeah, find one.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to bed after.
Okay, so no, they don't have to sign up in advance. They can show up to the thing.
Yes.
Make sure you're wearing a really good costume. Okay?
Really good costume.
Butt cheeks optional, whatever.
And how many people are usually at this thing?
Last year we had about 1,500.
Is that every year it's growing?
Yeah, usually 12 to 1,500 is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Wow.
From that end, which is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
In costumes.
50 is a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
1,500.
So I bet they get a little rowdy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
packed in there. I mean, like at
fun.
some point,
it's a huge venue.
We need to know. Tell us stories.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happened.
Thing that's happened.
Craziest.
You know, it's honestly kind of boring in terms of like the craziest thing that's happened.
You're promoting an event party. And
we need stories.
Your opening line
Don't
is
lie.
honestly
it's
kind of boring.
Because it's so safe. Because we have a safe environment, right?
This is
Cut.
true.
No, we need a story. What's the craziest, funniest, most off the wall thing, like without getting anyone in trouble?
Without getting anyone in trouble. So we during the whole party last year, we have what they call is hazers. So if anybody doesn't know what a hazer is, it requires like fog for the lights to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of those, like at concert lighting, all those beams. You can see the light go through all the way across the room. And that's
like a laser that's going to hit you in the eye.
And someone got hit in the eye.
And then they were no longer with us.
And they evaporate.
And we thought it was their Halloween costume, but they didn't have it. Yeah. No.
They disappeared.
They lost their eye, but we thought that they were, and they haven't been found yet.
I'm telling you. So that hazer kept setting off the fire alarm.
Oh, okay.
And so people were coming up to me and they're like, dude, how'd you get the fire alarm going? That's so sick, man. The lights are going crazy. And
you're like, no, literally, everyone needs to leave. There's
someone
a fire.
Needs to call the fire marshal and tell them it's not out.
They thought that it was like part of the party. Yeah. And so we already had representatives from fire and like sheriffs and stuff there, so they were able to call. But I was trying to get them to bring in a fire truck and firefighters, because like who's going to think they were real firefighters? They're probably like, oh yeah, firefighters, they're part of the party.
And like everybody's just like,
that's actually like something about that's kind of genius, like to like get firefighters. Like I mean, obviously, totally.
But then they jump on stage and they start dancing
and start taking off their shirts and like, are these actually strippers? Is that where we're going? And then butt cheeks. Okay, all right. Like, can we like wrap this up with some kind of bow?
This is incredible.
Yes.
Let's wrap this up with a bow.
Okay. Well, how do you feel like it's impacting the community?
Oh, fantastic! It's people look forward to it every year. Yeah, they really do.
Bringing everybody together.
I mean, absolutely.
like okay. Look, for a second, okay, me and Jackie, like, we have 2 little kids. Okay, so we do the trick-or-treating thing, and every year I'm like, let's find a party, please. Let's find a party to go to, please. Like, this would be so easy for us to go, and we would just cameo it. You know, we don't have to stay the whole time. Like, we come through, put in the stuff.
Y'all are like the 7:30 to 9:30.
Well, we'd be later, like 8:30, 9:30 to like I would try to push for later if we have the child. It just depends.
Yeah,
but then again, I get tired a lot earlier these days. Anyway, my point is, this is like an easy cameo for us.
I love it.
This is something I know it's going on. I know it's going to be bumping. There's going to be drinks for me.
Absolutely.
All I got to do is offer up my data. Okay, fine. Take it. Everyone's got it already anyway.
They all got it.
Everybody has a price. For Lucas, it's a couple drinks. It's fine.
Oh, we know. Everybody. They're fine with it.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I
love
really
it.
cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what day is it on this year?
October 25th.
October 25th.
And then also, like, the production itself is just bigger and better than it's ever been. I didn't really talk about that much. We have, like, lasers. And we have like a ton of lighting. It's like you're at a concert. A video board 30 feet tall by like 40 feet wide.
Nice. And like people are dancing. People are like they're not just like wallflowers.
Oh,
like, they
are the whole place.
It's jumping.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
And it's a.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been.
You don't know, but you feel it. You're like, I want. He's like, I want to put me there.
This is like I feel like you're filling a total need.
Are people from Huntsville invited?
There's like more people that come from Huntsville that come from Decatur. Everybody that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, you're from Huntsville. Cool. There's a hotel right beside it. Like literally, like from
make
me
it
to
a
you,
night.
there's a hotel, and we always have.
Fun.
We have a block of rooms with discounted rates, so it's like nothing, and it's a home 2 suites. It's nice.
Yeah.
And
so party.
You
exactly. Make it a
night.
Right over. Drop the kids' nanas. Go out. Halloween night. Boom.
Yes.
Party all night. 11 o'clock. 11:30. Take it back to the hotel room for the party.
Fantastic. Discount rate.
Is that how it goes?
Discount rate.
What are you doing? A discount double check?
Discount double check because it's half off or whatever, right?
Done.
Fantastic.
Well, I am so excited. I can't wait. I'm like intrigued.
I think we're gonna go.
I think we should try. Like that is definitely.
Do y'all do like a live podcast? You could live podcast from the party.
That would be insane. No, we don't, and I don't want to do that because that'll be working.
It would just be a butt cheek the
whole
time.
Butt cheeks the whole time.
You know, then he'll really feel weird about his butt cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to see that live or do that.
Well, we can't wait to see you there. If you see us there, come say hi.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sounds intriguing, Chase. All right, check the show notes below for a link to the Facebook event for Chase's party. Now, for me, it wouldn't be Halloween without a visit to one of my favorite places, Lyons Family Farm. It's the perfect spot for some October fun.
It looks like Lyons Family Farm really has a little bit of everything that you could want. Pumpkin picking, hay rides, and plenty of activities for the entire family.
So many activities. Yeah, it is a family tradition. I think we've been going annually now for like 15 years. So if you haven't been, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to get out into that fall spirit.
Yeah, the fall spirit. Now, if you're looking for more Halloween fun and more fall spirit, Huntsville has a ton of events happening all month long. Check them out.
Okay, that wraps up our Halloween in Rocket City episode. Big thanks to Mandy for showing us how to make Halloween give back year round, and to Chase for throwing one of the biggest free Halloween parties around.
That's right. And also thanks to Mandy for helping me eat my tasty apple snack. It was delicious, a little messy, but it was good. Hey, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite part of Halloween? Let us know in the comments or hit us up on social media for sure.
Yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. This is how we're going to grow, and we want to keep bringing this amazing stuff.
That's right. Your support helps us keep these kinds of fun episodes and great information and important conversations going. So before we wrap up, let's give a quick shout out. The Rocket City Momentum is brought to you by Live and Rest Coaching Data and Skylar Scott Studios. This guy.
Yeah, right. Like those day jobs are paying the way. They're doing everything to help this out. And so we love recording this. We love sharing it with you guys. And so that day job, I help businesses take the stress out of running and growing a small business.
Yep. And at Skylar Scott Studios, we bring brands to life through amazing creative video production. We love doing the show. We're glad to share our work with you. If you know a business, maybe you own a business and you're looking to get your name attached to something local, creative, something fun, something that brings value to the Rocket City and beyond, we'd love to have a conversation about it. So check the show notes and you'll find an email address in there.
Yeah, and we're already working on season 2. So let us know. Come on. All right. So Lucas, how far would you go to redefine your health?
This seems like a segue. What if the future of your well-being, it didn't come from traditional medicine or caffeine, which sounds terrifying because I need caffeine, but from practices and products that nurture your body and your mind in ways that you might not have considered?
Yeah, next week, we are diving into alternative wellness right here in the Rocket City. We are exploring everything from yoga therapy to coffee alternatives to weightless floating. And I'm so crazy nervous about it, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
There's nothing that, just do your slow, blow out the candle. Is this like labor breaths? Just do your labor breaths. Everything's fine. Don't be nervous. I mean, you can be, but if you add breath to nervousness, you get excitement. I am super excited. I've never done one of the weightless floating tanks. But I love it. I love the idea of it. And if you like the idea of that, or you're just kind of intrigued a little bit, you don't want to miss next week's episode. So tune in and turn on notifications. Thanks for tuning in, Rocket City. Stay safe, stay spooky, and we'll see you next time.